Good morning everyone, it's Rachel here and we are doing Roxy's weekly challenge. So we're going to follow on from yesterday, the video I did yesterday, hinging pages, and I said we're going to do some snazzy ones. I have a couple of ideas, but we'll do one of them today and then one further down the track. So this is my sample. I know some people appreciate having a sample first, so this has been hinged. I've used a scrap of book here to create a little hinge and a side tuck pocket, and then I've hinged it to a torn piece of book page from the mid or 1840s. This one might have been, looking at it, and then I've used a bit of digital. That was a digital that had printed incorrectly. Accidentally I was printing this, but I accidentally had those papers in, and so you know, I didn't use them in the journals. So we're going to make some of those. So what do you need? You need some sort of bits of papers like this, or just sort of middle-aged, you know, vintage is what I'm trying to say, just book pages. I like these ones for this project because they're sturdy, whereas the older ones, vintage, whether they're, you know, this type of book page, they can, unless it's rag paper, they can be a little bit more flimsy, and you want something that's going to hold because we're creating multiple pockets. You'll need some bits and pieces of digital if you want to use those. I've got some, not those, I've got some scraps here, preferably double-sided. If you have them, there you go, there's one of my boo-boos. And I have these that are double-sided, and that one is double-sided, so that's those. You might like to have also some botanical pages, and then of course our friendly old book pages that we are recycling. You might need some of those. So now I need to get my brain functioning, and which is a challenge, and I'm going to grab some of these. I'm going to neaten up that edge. I'll just grab a whole lot of them, and we may just use these ones because they're nice and neat, good size, and see what we come up with. Now I did do this bit maybe a year ago or 2 years ago, I don't know, and I forgot about them, and so I actually searched my own videos to it's hard to think and do sometimes, to see what, you know, some variations that I'd done, because I knew I had done some good variations. So I did need to look that up, but there might be too many. I'm being a bit ambitious here. I wanted to take off that jaggedy edge because that is not our friend when we're trying to glue things down. Oh, that was tough. Okay, so this is just like from one of those botanical books like Florigerum, and the other one is called A Garden Eden. They're very nice books to use for this sort of thing, but you might have some of those, you know, a British Encyclopedia of Flowers or something like that. If you don't have digitals, you may get your imagery from this sort of thing, or you may have a piece of ephemera that you can use, and then you'll decorate it. So I'm just going to take this border off. So how is everyone today? Hope you're well. I was supposed to go to the hairdresser and get my greys covered, but I've been a bit, I don't know, struggling to wake up and waking up with a bit of a headache. I think it could be the weather. The weather does interfere with my head. And so I just cancelled. I just said I'll come next week. So I'll just stay grey for another, well, it's not all grey, but a bit grey, until next Friday. That's when I'll go. I'm just going to take these edges off. I have to do one at a time or I'll make a big mess. And I may bring in other papers, I don't know. I didn't do a very good job. Oh, somebody's here. There's one for the books, Amazon, that arrives at 9:30 in the morning. Definitely one for the books. Okay, well, I'm back, my friends. I'm sorry about the rude interruption. And it's just nothing exciting, just padded bags. And I did buy some different ones because sometimes those, even though they've got the bubble wrap, sometimes the paper one, the padded bags, they rip. And I have been putting on most of them, but some of them I didn't. I have been putting tape on them and across them and stuff to make them better. But I did buy some more expensive plastic ones, which I don't like the plastic, but I'll just see how I might use those periodically as well, but I'm still going to keep my paper ones. And I do put them in boxes. I finally found boxes, 2 types that are the right size, a different quantity of purchases. However, I won't use the box if it's on the limit of putting it up to the next price range. So yeah, I have to be careful with the boxes, otherwise I'd always have everything in boxes, but then I'd have to charge more for smaller items because the boxes weigh. So you know, it's like not me charging more, it would be the post charging more, so therefore it would transfer to the shipping costs. So yeah, I do try and use boxes where I can, but I can't always. Okay, so we have this here. Now let's show how we would do mass making. I'm going to grab my glue paper and I'm just going to do a little fold here on all of them. Oh, that's so crooked. I've started off with crooked eyes. There we go. Status quo, sunny day. So I'll prepare all of these actually, just then I have, oh, I like that. I wonder if I can work with that. Yep, so make sure you have a look and see what's on the other side, just in case you want to see that. I don't necessarily want to see the things because I'm probably going to put a piece of paper there. It's that one. And, oh, well, I'm probably not going to keep that. Oh, you never know. Never say never. Oops, not quite right. There. Now, I do have these. These are slightly taller. We might as well do these as well. Now, this is very thick paper. This is one of the first pages sort of thing, or the index pages. They're from art books. These are a bit taller, so I'm going to actually keep a bit of the height. And they're a lovely linen paper. It's not a particularly old book, but I thought I would use those. So I'm going to just fold my hingey bit, but I don't actually need to, this is my hingey bit, but I don't actually need to do any gluing on these because they are very, very stiff. They're stiff. That is so not good. Let's see. Let's line up that way and just see. It wasn't as bad as I thought. Okay, it's just I do have that. My eyes are not straight. I was not blessed with straight eyes. Okay, so those are just going to fold over and hinge. And I will hinge them. I think sometimes I do think about a little bit too, the weight of the page that I'm going to hinge to, if that makes sense. So if I'm going to hinge to something like this that is cracking and can easily rip, I'm not going to glue it to something that's really thick like that one. I'll probably be more inclined to glue it to the slightly thinner paper, just because otherwise the heavier, it's like using you know, stitching together heavier and thinner fabrics too. Sometimes you need to be careful of that. So we'll do our gluing. Now this is not my hingey bit on these. This is my pocket. I probably didn't even need to fold these over because these are quite strong pages as well. Not quite as thick as those ones, but they are strong enough. But I'm doing it now, so we might as well continue on. Just make sure you've they're really well creased, so you just reduce the bulk. So I did pull out my bone folder, which you all know now where to go and get. And also, in the comments, someone told me you can get them at the Dollar Tree in America. Don't know about other countries, but in America, you can get it at the Dollar Tree. If you have a Dollar Tree, go and check it out. Okay, so that is that. Done. Now, let's fold over our hingy bit. So we only want a little piece, because that's going to be at the depth of our, that's going to be our pocket there. And let's use this. So I have lots of pieces, and if I don't finish them, I can put them in my to-do drawer. And that's lovely. You've got a little flower there, and I didn't even mean to do it. Oh, and you can also have like a decorative paper, like a Florentine paper, wrapping paper, whatever you like, that you can hinge. Plain papers, ephemera, the list goes on and on and on and on. Okay, and that one. I think I need to fold this one over a bit further. I didn't leave myself very much to glue on in my hingy bit. Maybe that one too. A couple of them I didn't fold over far enough. Won't matter because that'll be glued. Okay, so that's those. These are our joining pieces, shall we call them. I think I'll go ahead and punch these now. I'm just eyeballing where the center is. Yep, we'll go ahead and punch these. Get that done. This is the mass making process. All the same types of things get done at the same time. So you're not picking up and putting down your tools all the time, chopping and changing. Now the only thing is I may cover those pages, so I may need to repunch my thumbnail. Okay, that's those. Now my next thought is, what am I going to attach it to first? On this side, I'm going to attach it to some book page. So we'll grab a few of these book pages, because these are a good size and a nice strength. They're not even though they're very old, they're not overly flimsy. So I'll put those aside so I don't keep looking at them. And I won't use that one. I could use, yep, that one's got the tear down. I'll use a couple of those maybe for the bigger one. Oh no, let's use what about a couple of worm papers? We'll use those. A couple of worm papers. And I think that's it for those. And then I do have, I'll keep those. And then we could use, where are the other ones? I've probably got way more than what I need. So there's my joining bits. I need these. I will join to these as well. So these are a bit smaller, but it doesn't, we'll use the smaller ones for those. So let's join, let's grab one of these first. So we're going to do all our joining now. So I'm going to run my glue along here. Run your glue along the shortest one. So this is a bit taller than this. So I run my glue along here. I'm going to place this there. Sort of eyeballing top and bottom. Actually, maybe, no, I think I'll have it like that because I've got nothing down there. So I want to make sure I don't, glue it shut. Now let me just check. Did I turn you back on? I did. I just had a moment of doubt. A moment of doubt. So that's one. We'll put that up there. 2. Let's do another one of those because they're nice height for that. make sure your glue's rolled up. Now we won't get them all 100%, excuse me. This is what happens when you glue on sticky paper. I won't 100% get them all finished because they do take a bit of time because they've got lots of components. Sticky hands now. I'm going to get rid of you. You're not my friend. Put that up there. Okay, we've got another tall one which we could use one of these. Oh, and of course you can use a Florentine paper, which are here, but I don't have too many super long ones. Oh, I could use that one. That one's nice. Why don't I put that one on there? So there's a Florentine paper for you. Plenty of glue. Place it just next to your crease as we did yesterday. I might center that one. I can chop it off top and bottom if I need to. Okay, did I get glue up there? Anyway, we might put something there. So that's that, and then we have these ones. So I'm going to, now here, I'm going to be covering it, but just in case, just be careful, mindful of the direction of the writing. So this one I'm going to attach to this, so I'm being mindful of the direction of the writing. I'm going to center it. Doesn't matter if it's not exactly the same height. Just make sure I stack it down. How many have I got left? 1, 2, 3. Oh, I've got plenty. So you could also use, you might have some art pages pulled out of a book. They'd be nice hinged onto here. Just trying to give you different options. You could hinge it to a piece of straw paper if you wanted to. Plain paper. Grid paper. Whatever you like. Actually, I have a piece of grid paper here. Why don't we hinge one of those? So I did have a comment yesterday when we were hinging and the pages for the next journals I'm starting, that some people find like the whole process of this one I'm lining up at the top because I'm going to do something. Yeah, I'm going to make a pocket at the bottom down here. It's going to be a pocket. I only just fold it. I'm not going to glue it because then I will see what journal will I put it in, and then I determine how wide do I need it. Or I might change my mind, who knows. Anyway, some people struggle really and find it stressful, the whole choosing the pages situation. This one I looked here. Oh, I don't mind actually covering. Actually, I'll do it that way. And so I think I will do a video and we'll go through all the papers that I could possibly include in a journal and my recommendations for how can you make that easier for yourself. There's only one way I can think, but I think that'll be my video this weekend. I think I'll do that. So you could maybe have a list of all the things, like I could do with a list. That would be like helpful for when deciding what to put in journals. I think I will put it that way. I'm just choosing which side I like best. And I may cover this, joining bit up. I don't know. But even if I didn't, I aesthetically like that. But I'm being careful, as I said, about the direction of the image and the writing or image on the hinge. That's that one. And then we'll do another one. Oh, look, we're getting them all done. See, streamlining the process is quite a good thing. Now I have remembered we're going to do the other type of stamping one Friday. We're going to do mark making. I do have things in my mind of what needs to happen. It's just I felt like doing these today. Also because I'm about to start some journals and I might include, oh, I'll put that one there. Okay, so those I didn't use. I just plonked those in my drawer over here. And we can start thinking about the next process. Don't need those. There's a whole lot here to play with. So maybe we'll choose a selection of, let me put those up there, a selection of different types and see how we go. So we'll do that one of those. For the moment, put these ones, I'll maybe do that one. Put these ones aside because there's a lot here. Choose one of those and then we'll put the rest aside and then we'll just see how we go. Put those over there. Okay. Now sometimes these semi-glossy books struggle to stick, so you've just got to keep an eye on that and see how they go. So because this is super botanical, I think I might use this page. And it's actually the perfect height. And you're thinking, gosh, that's a long page, but look what's going to happen. It's super fun. Other things need to happen as well. So this is going to be my side tuck here. It's quite a deep one actually. I probably could have done it a bit less, but anyway, it is what it is. We need our glue. I'm just using the Tombow. Now I do find that sometimes I might need to just put a paper clip, bulldog clip on there just to make sure it sticks because as I said, these pages are a little bit, they're not, these pages are, you know, the copy paper is more rough, it's sort of like a rough paper. It's not smooth, where these are smooth, and sometimes it takes a minute for the glue to hold. Now that looks a bit, oh, that's crooked down there. But anyway, we can, I just get my scissors and trim that, I think. That's pretty much even for me. This is why I don't like my glue to fall down. We get big blobs of glue everywhere. Okay. So that's that. That appears to be sticking. Let's open it up and grab the bone folder if we can find it. Yep. Now, the variations that can happen with these things are endless. I mean, the fun that you can have with it is just beyond. So that's like that. That page is fine. That page is like this. So we have two options. We can fold it this way like I did on that one. Like so. I could just fold it like that and have the image on the inside. Or I can fold it like this. And I think this one I'm going to fold in. So I'm just going to do a little fold here. Actually, what I'm going to do here is we're going to have a little side tuck. Actually, I'm not streamlining. I could be streamlining the process and just attaching all the things. Why don't we do that? I'll glue this first. Let's attach all of our digitals that we want to use on, and then we can play around with the variations. I think that's a good idea. Oh my word. It's a blobby kind of day. Anyway, I'll put that one aside. You'll see what's going to happen next. Let's do this one. So this one, I don't want to attach everything the same. So that one, I think I'll keep the flowers there and just attach that one there like that. Good idea. So at the moment, I'll close my glue stick because I'm not doing my variations yet. I changed my mind, which is my prerogative. So we'll do this. And then here. It's just the most wonderful thing, the hinging. I'll tell you why, because you can use anything you like in any size. Oh, I was also asked how wide yesterday when we were putting the tape just to hold the book closed. And I put it on upside down. Well, I'll turn it. Okay, I'll have to cover that. I've done a boo-boo. That's okay. So yeah, what is my recommendation was the question for how wide can you go with the spine. I probably wouldn't go wider than, you know, being able to join my two pieces of tape. Let me grab one. Like, you know, see how the tape overlapped? I wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't have it so wide that I would that I couldn't get my tape, although you can put your tape along that way. You can go as wide as you want, really, because then we're going to be putting fabric, and the fabric's going to come to here, and that's really what's going to be holding it together. And then there's going to be fabric covering all of that on here, so you really can go as wide as you want, in my opinion. If you're worried about it, don't go too wide, because you know that it is a lot of work if you go wide and then you have issues. I'm wondering if I'll put that like that, or will I put it like that? I think I'll put it like that, but I think what if I were to slide that down and have that fold up? Okay, yes. Why don't we just give it a go? Like that, you know, it's just really, except for the piece of Florentine paper. I mean, guys, can you hear that? They're bashing. Again, every time I turn my video on, the people upstairs start bashing things. Goodness knows what. Anyway, what I was saying was, just give it a go. These are just printed. Yes, a little bit of ink will be wasted. A few scraps of paper. But you don't know until you try. So you do need to experiment a little bit to see what's going to happen. So that one's going to be like that. As I said, we're going to work on our variations afterwards. We'll have this one. Now I do have just these. These are just leftover half printed out pages, and I could have just that like that. When you open it, you see that. So I put my glue, well, you can put your glue here as well, but I like to put my glue here because I want that edge glued. And I can gauge it better by doing it on that paper, but then I do this bit here because obviously there you don't know how wide to go, how far in. Now, I have made my pockets a bit deeper. They could have been a bit shallower. But it's no biggie because I'll put something on them, and I just need one of these just to wipe the excess glue, because if you don't wipe your excess glue, you're going to glue them shut. They will glue shut. And then we have this one. See, I didn't do any of these. Let's have a look what I've got here. Let's put yeah, maybe one that I am covering up pretty things, but let's just have a look. I could always do, that's why I like these papers, because they're plain. So that's very pretty, isn't it? I think I'll do that one, but I'm going to do some more. I will do some more because I can't help myself. I like doing them, so just try and just fold it up to see how you're going. And it helps having your paper just resting there, because that way you can sort of eyeball where you need to go. Like here, I don't want to go there because I'll glue it to that page. I need to go where it's going to glue to this piece of paper here, the yellow one. Okay. Now this paper is obviously stronger than this paper, so it's going to resist sticking a little bit. So I'm just going to, but that edge was not straight. It's okay. Hardly notice, it'll be stitched in a signature. Okay, so I will finish the other ones. I don't think like I could sit and do this all day. I say that and then I don't, because I don't have time, but I think, well, I just want to do, I feel like I want to do one more. That. Let's just do another one of these because I have those flying around. Just put that one on there. That will go in a more Italian journal, which I'm not working on at the moment, but I'll have it there ready for when I am. Or actually, I could put it in the Italian ladies. It's an image of Venice. Okay, so that's that one. We did do another one. I'm going to put one of these in my Hoardy book. So I've got a sample because I did truly forget about these. Let me just see if there's something. Oh, these ones. These ones are good. Let's just do one of these. And then, okay, I'll call it a day for that bit. Put those aside to be able to use on a different one. So let me just... Would be better if I cut it, but anyway. Oh, that's a nice wide piece. That's a good piece for hinging. And yeah. Right. So that one. And I put the others up here. Let me grab, oh, I think I'll grab this one. And I need to have it attached on that side so I don't cover up all of my pretty image. And that's perfect. Doesn't matter if it's not centered. No big deal. Okay, now if I don't stop doing this, we won't get any variations done, like any finishing off done. So that's that. Let's just open it. So you have a nice extended page there for writing. So pretty botanicals in there. Okay, so this one, I'm just going to fold simply like that. It's a nice width because this page was shorter. It didn't suck through the old printer properly. And so it was a bit shorter. And so that opens up like that. So you can put a tab there. And then in here, you can put a pocket. Just bring my chair in a little bit. Now, we need to make a pocket. I think I might just simply use bits and pieces of, well, I could use that, would make a pocket, or I could use bits and pieces of digital. I do have some nice bits here that I can use for that. So, well, that would have been nice as a journal card. You know, the writing side. Oh, that's going to be this one. So, I don't want it to be, actually I'll keep the bottom. I like the border. I'm going to just put a crease there where to trim it. Now we're going to start finishing them off, even though, like, if I were by myself, I'd do all my pockets. It's a bit tall. I'd do all my pockets. Then I'd glue all my pockets on. Then I'd do that bit, you know, like I would streamline the process. But because we need to finish some off and we might not get them all done, I better get cracking. So that's that. Put my little thumbnail in. I haven't included one of these in a journal forever because I just did not remember them. So there is something, and that idea of keeping an example of all your things that comes from Gail Agostinelli. And when I first started watching Gail, she has some very big books because she's been creating for a very long time, of all examples of all the things. And I have not been a good girl and done that, so I'm trying to do it now. And I'm sure there's so much stuff that I've made that I don't remember. So there's my pocket. Oops. Let's get the bone folder. So yeah, then you'll need some little scraps and bits and pieces to add pockety sort of things. And we need to put something there. So here you can just do, you could put a strip of paper down there if you've got one that you like, or you know, something like that. Like even right top to bottom, I'll quite like that. I think I'll do that. Just going to trim a little bit off. That piece has been flying around waiting for a new home for quite a long time as well. So we'll call this Hinged Pages with a Twist Part 1, I think. Oh gosh, and I'll probably forget that between now and uploading the video. Hinged Pages with a Twist Part 1. Yes, that's what we're going to call it. And for the moment, I'm going to leave that. I might come back and add something else. Who knows? I do want a little tab there, I think. So what can we make a tab with? Let's punch a whale tail. We haven't done that for a while. And you can have pockets here, you can have a side tuck there. I mean, you can add more and more and more, whatever you want. You don't want to go, like, you don't want this to be sticking out there, because remember, that's the spine. That's going to be stitched into the spine. So you want it to go in quite a way, because it's supposed to facilitate pulling that page open. And probably I could have even gone a bit shorter here and had a bit, even a bigger gap sort of thing. I'm just trying to straighten it up. So this is what will get stitched in the spine. So let me just grab something that I've folded here. So just say I had this journal page. When you're putting them in, you're lining them up and putting them in like that. And that's the center. And then this is what you're going to see. You have this with a pocket. And then you come over here and you've got that one there like that. You probably don't even need a tab, actually, because that is not in the center. That's right, because, oh yes, because it's getting stitched in. Actually, no, it's meant to be stitched in there, guys. You can stitch it in any way you want. This is where I was meant to be stitching it in, where the hinge is. So that's what you're supposed to get. So you have a page that has the flip out. Then you see that. This. And then just regular pages. That's what's supposed to happen. You stitch it in where the hinge is. Or you don't. You can stitch it. You can stitch it in that way as well. It doesn't matter. It's your choice. But my thought was to stitch it in where the hinge piece is, because that's nice and strong. So we've done one. That's one. Here we go. We've got one here that just simply has the page like that. So we're just going to do something here. And what will I put there? They're all double-sided. I don't want double-sided pages because that's a waste. So I'm going to come over here and maybe use, not that. I did print up some, oh, here we go. I've got a piece of one of my trims here. So I could use this. I might use this red one. Again, I'm going to cut it so that it's longer than the actual pocket, because you're just reinforcing that. And if I were making a little journal and I had to trim it down, then this would just trim down and it would all be even and flush. So I have to fussy cut that out, but what I would like to do first is just get rid of the excess. I think I'll trim it to there. That can be used as a tab, and I'll just cut this. I'll use my big scissors. Now I wiggle my paper. I find it easier to wiggle the paper. The silence is the concentration. Okay. Oh dear. Put that blob of glue there and spread it out. How about that? It was on my sample. So this one didn't have too much going on with it. Oh, look at that. Nice. And then that's just normal. Stitch it in the signature there and here. And you can put something down there if you want to. I really like that. Put that aside. That was a quickie. Now, here, which way is the up? That is the up there. So that's at the front. Now, this one I'm going to fold in this way. And I'm going to fold it kind of flush with the center, which you don't want, but I'll show you why, because I'm going to then open it up and I'm going to do a side tuck here. Do I want a little edge? I think I do. Just do a little fold here, glue that. And then just do a little fold like that, so it's a shallow one. Put a thumbnail so you remind yourself. And glue that down. We get multiple pockets. So just let's run our bone folder along there. So that's like that. And then we've got our nice big pocket here. And I need to put a paper there because I feel like I need one. And not those papers. Let's see, I've got some over here. Oh, what are these? No, they're scraps. So I've been quite on top of, you know, a lot of my, sort of scraps. So I sometimes find I'm a bit low. I'm going to put that there. I'm not going to cover it all. I'm just going to put a little marking and then trim it. Because I don't actually mind seeing what's in the background. And I'm just going to take a tiny bit off the top. Let's see. Yeah, that's very pretty. Yep. Right. So you can, you know, this can be a single page or it can be a pull out like what I've done here. Just gives you a bit more real estate in the journal. Obviously it will, you know, make it a little bit more bulky. Just flatten all your folds really well. That opens and you've got a little side tuck. You can put a pocket in here. Well, you do those ones afterwards anyway. And you've got your side tuck, a nice generous side tuck there. This one is another one of just the single Pringles. So here I'm just going to put some paper. And I'm thinking this is going to be very nice. So in the spirit of using up my bits. Can't see where I put my marking. Oh, there it is. So I don't have to mess about too much. It should be pretty much the same height as that. I'm just taking a little bit more off so I don't have it overhanging. Another thing that comes to mind is you can attach envelopes to these things as well. The sky is the limit. Cool. Oh, we have this one. Let's do this one. So we might as well use up this paper. Do that bit first. Just take a tiny bit off. Okay. So I just glue that on there. And I haven't covered up my thumbnails, which is good, so I don't have to worry about those. Yep, really pretty. And then this one here, I wanted to fold this up. And I think I don't want to, I'm not going to trim it. I'm going to put this, I'm going to fold this over here, like so. Let's see, it's probably too wide, a bit less, a bit more, sorry. Yeah, oh, don't you love the look of that? I love the look of that. And then I'm going to snip off this. So I'll do it this way, just cut my little triangle there. And then here, just cut slightly in. So that's going to be my pocket, which we'll glue up now. And I'll put something across there, so I don't need to fold it over. It'll be reinforced. So there's my pocket. I can put my thumbnail in afterwards when it's dry. And then this is going to be a flip out. This is what I mean. You can go on and on and on and on. So maybe I'll have that. And again, I'm going to make that a pocket. Oh, there's pockets galore, isn't it? Put that like that. I mean, literally you can go on and then you just come out of it and you've built a journal. Just gluing your papers together. Wouldn't that be funny? So that's going to be a side tuck pocket. And bear in mind, you need to fill them all. But I do like to put some ephemera in as well. So, and that's going to attach on there. But my thought is, do I want to keep it all? Well, let's just glue it on and then we can decide. Like, I have to decide because you can't tell me, but it would be good if you could tell me, but I will decide. So again, I'm putting my glue on here. Just don't get confused when you're putting your signatures in. Remember, you're putting it where the hinge is. Because sometimes when you've constructed them, you've had that in mind, and then it might not work the other way. So let me just see. So we have, this is what's going to go. We'll slot this into another page so you can see how this one will work. And if we like it, we might not make it again if we don't like it. Make sure it's glued down. So that, if I were to fold it, you want to fold it in. I may decide to trim it off, I don't know. Or I may decide not to. I might, and you want it to fold in again, like so. You don't want them to be too wide because you want them to fit into your journal. So that's a very complex page. So let's just grab that one again. Where's my hinge? My hinge is here. So I'm slotting, well, let's slot in something completely different so we don't get confused. Not that one. What about, let's slot in this one. This one's completely different. Okay, so these are my pages. I'm putting them together. I'm putting my signature together. with the variety of pages, this is what I'm going to see. I've got my side tuck here, which I absolutely love. When I open it up, I've got a side tuck here, and then this can pull right out. We've got a pocket here. So you've got lots and lots of journal space. Now you wouldn't want to make these if you don't have a very generous spine. You could even fold it so that even tucks around like that. So it could tuck around, and you turn the page and then you just pull it out. Whatever you like. There's so many choices. So, and then when you turn over, you've got your other pages, and then you come over here and you've just got your other hinged page. So that is a more complex addition, that one. So there you go, that's a doozy. And then we won't do this one. I'll put that in the to-do drawer. And this one's a similar one. The one we started before, that's going to be my side tuck there. I won't glue it down now. This one, and then it's just going to fold in like so. And there you have it. And I need to do that. But I'll put that in the to-do drawer because I think we've done plenty. So we can finish those off on a Tuesday. And I've got those to finish off on a Tuesday, which is good. Yep, these few. Oh, we did quite a few. So those ones to finish off on a Tuesday as well. So I'll tuck those in there. Excuse me, drawer open. Filling you up. Okay, so let's recap. This was my sample. I need to put a tab on there actually. That just opens up. It's got the pocket there, and then it's just regular pages on that side. This was the more complex one. See, it's that much more bulky, but if you've got a big generous spine, you can do it. And also if you flatten it all with your bone folder, it's going to be good. See, it's much flatter now. So we've got our pocket here, but remember we're filling lots of pocket there. This pulls out. Pocket here, pocket, and then regular page. This one is just a single page pocket. Open it up, just normal. What did we do on this one? I can't remember. So this is the wormy paper. Oh, this opens up. We've got our pocket here, nothing there. You could decide to put a pocket there and there, but you don't have to put them all on straight away. You can leave some for later when you're putting your journal together. This was just a single Pringle page with a side tuck, and then this one was like my sample, pocket there, and then regular pages over there. So hinge pages with a twist, part 1. There will be a part 2 because there's other things that can be done that are also interesting. So yeah, and I probably just include one of those in a journal because then there's other things. There's other types. I might include this type and another type sort of thing. You know, don't want to overdo it. You don't want to put everything in one journal, but maybe one example could go into the middle signature or at the beginning of the first signature or something like that. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye.